We are live. Good morning, everybody. My name is Alex Vidal, president of Related ISG International Realty. And to my right, sitting with, how can I explain this guy? He means the world to me. I would not be where I am today. Mike, I know you know this. If it weren't for him, at 19 years old, Mr. Mike Pappas, president, broker, owner, CEO, motivator, all of the above for the Kai's Company Realtors, Florida's largest real estate brokerage. What number are you guys in the country?
30th.
30th in the country, largest in the state with over 4,000 realtors. Joining us today, Mike Pappas.
Well, thank you. Boy, Mr. Excitement here.
I learned it from you. 19 years old, this guy gave me a chance at 19 to be his assistant.
He was selling cars. Is he good?
I was selling cars. So, good memory, man. Good memory. Well, we got kicked out of where we were before, so we're going to get moving on this one. We are attending the Rock the Market event at the Miami Association of Realtors. 7 questions for Mike, lightning round, so we can get out of here quick. Mike, everybody loves hearing a great backstory. Tell us a little bit about how you got started in real estate and what was your path to becoming the broker owner of Kai's Real Estate.
The lucky sperm. I call it the SOB. I'm the son of the boss.
Okay.
And there's no question that I grew up in the business. Ken Kai's founded the business in 1926. My dad got control in the 60s, and then my brother and I were able to negotiate with him in the 90s. So if you're in the right family, you get the opportunity. I did start right out of college as a salesman in 1980, some 38 years ago, and feel blessed and fortunate to be working for so long and for so many years with so many great people.
And you have a competitor there, right? Didn't you run track in college too?
I ran track at Wake Forest University, believe it or not, and so that gave me a business degree and a Spanish degree, and came back to Miami.
Awesome. Yeah. Mike, I'll never forget it, man. 19 years old. Actually, your dad, I remember writing a letter for you once, and your dad tore it up, and he taught me how to write.
He was a great motivator, to all of us. I said we cheer him. We lost him about 7 years ago, but we still call him the chairman. He's still the heart and soul of our organization.
Absolutely, and I believe that. Now, as you guys can see, Mike has unparalleled energy and drive. You've been in the business a long time, as we just talked about. What keeps your motor running? What gets you going in the morning?
I just think I love what I do, and it's really a complex field, and it's changing dramatically. But I feel like we're working with our family, our team members. We have about 50, 60 leadership team members that come together collaboratively and able to negotiate and follow through and figure out what's changing and what's dynamically changing. So each day is different, each day is exciting, and then we feel responsible for our 3,000 and some odd associates and our 50 branches that we feel like we have to help them grow, give them the technology, do the business for them. So it drives us every day. It's not an easy business, and the margins are getting thinner, but there's no question that you have to get up every day, fight the fight, and play the game.
You guys do a phenomenal job. You guys, Kai's Company is a great brokerage. Now, what systems or habits do you have in place to keep that energy going? Do you have any motivational things you do every day? Do you journal? What do you do? Or is it just that drive?
Yeah, I mean, I've been blessed. When I was a little kid, my mom would say when I got on her nerves, she'd go outside and run around the house 2 or 3 times and come back in. So I feel like I've been running ever since. But realistically, I heard a good speaker talked about meds. And your meds, you got to take your meds every day, which is meditation. My spiritual and faith is important to me, so I meditate in the morning, read the scriptures. And when I wake up, exercise. So there's no question I do that a couple times a week. Used to do it more. Diet and sleep. And so if you get a good amount of sleep, if you're eating well and you're not abusing your body, I think it does give you. And now I'm just trying to fight off old age. I'm trying to stay like you.
Man, dude, you get more energy than me, man. It's crazy. Now, you're talking about sleep was one of them. What, if anything, keeps you up at night?
Because I go hard. When I go vertical, I'm out. And so it's usually good. But with my age now, it's getting a little bit unusual that I'm waking up in the middle of the night for other reasons and have to go find that spot. So what,
I love you, man.
What I worry about is really, I think, the pressures. The business is getting more complex, and the margins are getting thin. My dad used to say it's a high volume, low profit business. And with the splits changing, with technology, with the services that we offer in mortgage and title insurance and integrating all that, with the competition out there, I think we wake up every day and every night saying, how do we play the game better? And how do we continue pushing forward? Because what you did yesterday doesn't really matter. It's what you're going to do tomorrow.
That's right. Man, I know that feeling. Now, Mike, and I don't know how you do 3,000 plus agents. We're at 540, and
Congratulations. That's impressive.
we're trying, man. We're trying. We got your future son-in-law behind the camera there. How was that? I want to know, maybe if we have time, if we don't get kicked out, I want to know how he asked you for her hand in marriage. I'm a fan of hole in the donuts. Where do you see where do you see the hole in the real estate donut that you think agents can capitalize on?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressures from technology, people trying to come into our business. There's Wall Street money. It's not tens of millions, of hundreds of millions, it's billions of dollars. And so we're really pivoting and focusing our associates on building deeper, lasting personal relationships in local, hyper-local communities. And if you can do that, then those internet leads that converted 2%, 1%, that other people have them, as they're grinding through 98 of them that don't convert, where that personal relationship, referral, family, and friends is robust and rich.
Man, it's so funny you say that. We were talking at a luxury panel the other day, the Women's Council of Realtors. We're talking about the disruptor.
Yeah.
So Alex, what's it, technology is a disruptor? I'm like, technology is not the disruptor. Everybody has technology. What nobody's talking about today's day and age is the relationship. Yeah. Everybody's losing the ability to create and build upon relationships with customers. Use technology, that's great. But
we just did a segmentation study on the consumer. I don't think brokers have really looked at the consumer. So there's 7 different personalities that we're gearing our associate to be able to talk their language, understand the consumer better, and really, like I said, build a long-term relationship with them. And if you can, we think we can focus in on the consumer along with the technology we have, but the personal touch, we think that's a winning point.
Oh man, now I know where I got it from. Now, 2 last questions. From a macro level, what's your perspective on South Florida real estate? What's hot, what's not?
Well, I mean, I think it's getting more segmented, and I think as you look at the typical economic situations where you have Brickell with some overbuilding, maybe Doral a little bit overbuilding, but then you got the residential homes that you can't overbuild on, and so you're seeing the homestead booming. You're starting to see going to the north up in Palm Beach a little bit, where you're seeing Avenir and Westlake opening up. So I just think you need to know your local market. And I think you need to analyze the number of homes on the market, what the turnover rate, what the month supply is, see the trends on pricing. But there's everything for everybody at any price. So we're seeing the luxury market. It's 30% up because of the tax benefits that we got with a year ago with the tax changes. Seeing New York come down and seeing the money's being flowed in. So 30% up in luxury. We're seeing the $500,000 to $1 million market now moving a little bit stronger. And the dearth is in the $500,000 and under. And the dilemma is there's just not enough inventory. People are staying in their homes longer and hunkering down, and they're not selling what they should. And we haven't built those homes accordingly.
I love it. Last question before we get kicked out. If there's one, I know you're a big reader, Mike. If there's one book you would highly recommend to our audience to pick up and read, what is it?
Yeah, I'd say for management, it's the 5 dysfunctions of a team.
Okay.
Fabulous book, giving trust, building trust, and then conflict and fighting it out. Then that gets to buy-in, and then you finally get accountability and results. I think it's a great book for a easy read.
Repeat that again, what's the name of the book?
5 dysfunctions of a team.
Okay.
And then for the salespeople, I think right now the hot book is Ninja Selling.
Okay.
I said with by Collins out in Colorado. I think it's a great book. Basically, balanced life, personal relationships matter, and then how to manage your business accordingly gives you pathways to success.
Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And on camera, one more time live, I'm going to thank you again for giving me that shot 20 years ago.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Great job you're doing.
You haven't changed, man.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us.